Well, thank you for having me, Your Honor. I'm here just because I feel like I had some wrongdoing. You know what I mean? This is my lady right here in the blue shirt. As you can see, she has an identical twin. So I got my lady pregnant, and I also feel like I got her sister pregnant. Now, before you say anything, I know this is a fact because I talked to her dude in the white shirt, and he told me he had a vasectomy. So off top, I already know what happened.
Wait a minute, I have never had a court case like this. So you telling me you think both of these young ladies, they had a baby by you?
Facts, absolutely.
What do you, okay, wait. Order my court. I need to know, what do you guys got to say about all this?
This is ridiculous. That would never happen. My sister would never do that to me.
Straight up lies. I wouldn't touch nobody's man but my own, Your Honor.
Exactly. And that's like a trust you can't break. I don't know what he's talking about. He's better be single.
Mr. Johnson, I need to know, what raised your suspicions about this?
I'm glad you asked. So the night me and my lady was together in the blue, you know what I mean? We cuddled up doing what we do. All of a sudden, you know, she was gonna go to the store and grab a few things for us for some dinner. Now, when she left, as soon as she left, I would say about 5 minutes later. Now, the store is usually about 15 minutes away. Here comes her sister, who looks just like her. Keep this in mind, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, she climbed into bed. I'm sitting there kind of like, damn, that was quick. You know what I mean? But I didn't say,
hey.
I apologize,
yeah,
y'all.
the language.
I do apologize, my apologies. So she comes back in. And I said, you know, that seemed like that was quick. Now, as soon as she climbed into bed, I don't say nothing just because I didn't, you know, it's kind of weird. But anyway, she climbed into bed, I put my arm around her, and I noticed that my lady, she always shave her legs. So her sister, all due respect, got hairy legs, you know what I mean? So I was sitting there rubbing her legs. As I'm rubbing her legs, I felt the hair, you know what I mean? So off top, I was like, how did this happen? Anyway, she turned around and she's really handsy. My girl a little bit more reserved, so she turned around handsy, but I'm thinking, it's just that time, you know, I'm about to do what I do. So she starts kissing me. As she's kissing me, I tasted a little like chicken nugget breath, you know what I mean? So I was like,
chicken nugget breath.
Yeah, it was weird. So, and we didn't eat chicken nuggets. So I'm like, how you got chicken nugget breath? So anyway, this is the reason I know for a fact that my girl was still at the store while her sister tried to sneak in the room and be with your man.
What? Okay, so I need to know, what is y'all take on this? I need to know. What?
Bold-faced lies, Your Honor. All lies. I don't know what this man's talking about.
Yeah.
I never step out on my sister like that.
I mean, what do you got to say about this?
I have complete trust in my sister. Nothing ever shakes that. So I don't know if he just had like a fantasy, he had a wet dream about it or something we need to talk about later.
Babe.
But this is definitely not the vibe right now.
All right, Mr. Johnson, are you hoping that this child in the white, the one that's wearing the white, because you know they identical, are you hoping this child is not yours?
I mean, absolutely. Of course, I don't want it to be. I would hope that, but to be honest, I feel like something is different. You know what I mean? I feel this weird connection with her. I can't even explain it, and that's all due respect. I'm being honest.
So you have feelings for my sister?
Babe, it ain't even like that. I'm just saying, I look at the dude and I'm like, that something ain't right.
So he kind of favors you, is what you're saying?
Exactly, Your Honor.
Wow. I mean, do you see any favors?
No, her son looks like her baby daddy. I've never seen the resemblance.
This is getting, this is blowing my hair right on back. I'm glad I wore a ponytail today. Who encouraged you to come to court today?
Honestly, it was her sister's man. Like I said, I talked to him. He talked to me about having a vasectomy 2 years ago.
Hey, excuse me.
He talked to me about having a vasectomy 2 years ago. And even he said it. He got big old eyes. I got slanted eyes. If you look at the kid, you're going to see the slanted eyes.
You believe?
Wow. Slanted eyes.
I have no reason to make this up.
It's not true. I would know if Bentley had a brother.
Yeah, no.
I mean, so how does she have a kid if the dad can't even have kids? He had a vasectomy, babe.
Okay, we're not gonna be talking over each other in my courtroom. I'm about to get ready to get down to the bottom of this in a minute because I definitely have the results sitting in front of me.
Perfect.
I'm just trying to figure out the situation at
hand
and make it make sense because I've never saw a case like this. In my 7 years of doing this, I have never had a case like this sit in front of me. This
Sure.
is something new. This is going down in history, I believe. All right, Mr. Johnson. If these kids are yours, what are you prepared to do?
I mean, honestly, at that point, it is what it is. You know, I guess I'll just have some ghetto twins running around. I mean,
Wow, ghetto twins.
that's-
Wow. I mean, and okay, wait.
You
Excuse
turn
me.
into a whole new
Hey,
person.
hey, not in my courtroom. I need to ask you two. What are you ladies prepared to do if this man is your child and your child father?
It's just
Well, somebody will have some explaining to do.
No, it's never gonna happen. I believe. I'm confident. It's my man's baby. Confident. It's not
Oh,
his.
I can
do have
see
a
where this
perspective.
is gonna go a whole different direction if this come out that this is. Oh, I'm scared to read these results at this point. All right, guys, I have these results and they read as follows. Whew. In the case of two-year-old Richard, you are the father.
See, I told
All
you.
right, wait.
I told you, babe. I told you.
In the case
How
of
this happened?
2-year-old Illy, you are the father.
We are.
Wow.
Golly.
Tell me.
You can't have a baby if you had a vasectomy, man.
Hey. Order in my court.
Wow.
I mean,
wow.
okay, I'm gonna start with you.
Wow.
What are you prepared to do now? How is this finna play out?
I mean, honestly, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be no deadbeat dad. I would love to, try to find a co-parent way that we could just be a family, man. It sound weird, but you know what I mean?
Okay.
Hey.
Wait. Hey, excuse me. This. Oh, wow.
This, I knew it. I knew it, though.
All right, now, what are you guys prepared to do? Because I know this is going to be real tough on your families and the kids. And what are you prepared to do?
I don't know. Wow. I'm in complete shock right now. As you can see,
I'm in
What?
shock. I'm in shock as well.
how can you do that to me?
Look,
All the time?
Look,
Everything we've been to?
look. We had a pact.
After I went to the grocery store? You know I was picking you up something?
After I found out my man was shooting blanks, I had to do what I had to do.
Wow.
We had a pact to have kids at the same
what I'm
time.
saying?
Yeah, but not by my man.
See what I'm
He's
Oh,
gonna
man.
keep it all in the
Told you.
family.
And how could you sleep with her knowing that my legs ain't never hairy?
Babe, I had no
So this was a
idea.
fantasy of yours, and y'all
It's
put
not
that
no fantasy.
together.
You ain't been coming on to me in a whole month, and then all of a sudden you all
Oh,
kissy
my.
and shit.
Hey, this is getting out of control now. Oh,
I
man.
can't trust
no.
none of y'all.
This is getting out of control. No need to.
I don't want nobody looking at me.
man.
No need to go back and forth. This is something that y'all gonna have to come together and resolve. Cause these kids need a father, and they need a mother, and y'all are sisters, and y'all are family, and y'all gonna have to bring this all in as one. And whatever y'all need to do, cancel it. I'm here to have that set out for you. But I don't know what y'all to do. But y'all finna have to leave my courtroom. Court is adjourned.
Babe, I would
want
never
none
do
of
that.
I know the pastor's son got me pregnant.
Oh, okay. So, what is your take on this, Mr. Calvin?
I don't have a take on this, I met this young lady. She came to the church house and she wanted to fellowship with us. And I showed her around the facility as the gentleman that I am. I showed her around the facility and I showed her in maybe one or few rooms, private rooms. But
You want to talk about this? Leave this out. Leave that out.
like Your Honor, I showed her around one or two rooms, but that may have been it. I didn't do anything with this lady. I don't even know what she speaks of.
Lord have mercy, Jesus.
So you trying to say you had no dealings with this lady?
This lady fellowships with a lot of men around the
Lord
church.
have mercy, Jesus.
And,
Lord have
you know,
mercy, Jesus.
Now, she fellowships with a lot of men at the church, and I mean, I just tried to be a gentleman and reach out and touch them.
That's what the Lord called me to do. I'm supposed to fellowship with the people. What are you talking about?
Fellowship.
Okay.
huh?
Lord Jesus.
All right, Mrs. Reed, Evangelist Reed.
Thank
Can
you.
you describe your relationship before this dispute?
We had a close Christian relationship. We prayed together and we laid together. He knows this.
Okay.
He knows this.
And this is
the Lord knows this.
Okay, but this is the pastor's son, right?
Yes, and the pastor's grandchild as well. Yes, Lord.
Okay, well, can you describe the relationship before this dispute?
She was my friend. She was a good friend in the church. But just as it says in the word, you know, just because you lay with them don't mean you have to stay with them.
Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. Did you say that? Did you say that?
It says it in the word. It's in the word, my sister.
No, that ain't
It's
how
in the
word
word,
is
my
said.
sister.
Come on,
Okay, I'm gonna need order. What was the initial reaction when you found out about this pregnancy?
Lord, he been laying with me and praying with me for months. When I found out we were about to have this child, I know I was in the family. They family, they big time. They big time. I knew I was in the family, and I knew that God had brung us together to be quiet, to do big things. To do big things. And I'm standing here, I can't believe a man of God would stand here and deny his son.
Your Honor, she got one thing right. It is some big things going on.
Excuse me. Hey, wait a minute.
She got one thing right, Your Honor. You know, but she has been misled.
Okay, wait a
She's
minute.
been
now.
misled with the wrong leg.
Okay, wait. Okay, wait.
Lord Jesus.
So what was your initial reaction when you found out about this pregnancy?
I knew it wasn't mine. You know, it's like the first chapter in the Bible. You know, when Mary had the baby, and did nobody even touch it. I believe that she had a baby, and did nobody even touch it, like Mary. Your Honor, it may be your baby.
Well, he definitely ain't no Joseph.
No,
he definitely ain't no Joseph. He's definitely no Joseph.
So when did doubts about paternity first arise?
I don't have a doubt, honey.
Start to finish.
He's embarrassed. He's embarrassed because he knows we supposed to have been already married.
Your Honor, she's
He's
late.
supposed to put that ring on my finger when I told him the test was positive. You know better.
Well,
When
did doubts of paternity happen with you? When did it arise? I need to know.
It wasn't no doubt.
The whole thing is a doubt, Your Honor.
Lord
and the
Jesus,
only
Your Honor.
ring she getting is a ring around a bathtub.
What
She ain't
the
getting no
heck?
ring from me.
What the heck? Oh, now you ain't saved and sanctified now. You ain't saved and sanctified. You standing here talking like a
You
pimp.
see me, Your Honor.
What the heck? You ain't saved and sanctified. You know better than this. You was raised better than this.
No.
We're Christian people.
Excuse me. I
No,
need
sir.
order in my courtroom.
We're Christians.
I need order. This is a courtroom.
You
I ain't
speaking
caring about
like you a
Christians or
man.
nothing right now. I need some order. What led you to believe there might be an issue with paternity?
What led me?
Yeah.
He led me down. He laid me down. We laid together. We prayed together. You prayed over me.
The devil is a lie.
You dang right. You standing here looking like Lucifer himself. How dare you? How dare you?
Okay,
Lord Jesus, help us right now in this moment. Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
no, help me.
Name of Jesus,
You need to help me.
hallelujah. You're not going to do this to me and my family. Not my family's name.
Okay, did you hesitate to bring this issue to court? And
Your
why?
Honor, I did. This is a very private matter that should be handled privately, but we had to come before you publicly instead of coming before the Lord God.
To the king, she ain't got nothing.
Oh Lord Jesus, I'm gonna take you.
Lord.
I'm gonna take you to jail if you don't take care of this baby.
okay.
That's what we're gonna take you.
Okay, hold up.
Take me to the. Cause you should have been asking for God for His assistance long time
Your
ago.
Honor,
We
Your
are
Honor.
Christian people.
Your
Okay,
Honor.
we're supposed to go to the Lord in
Your
prayer, not to this judge. What is wrong with you?
Your Honor.
Something wrong with him.
Were there any attempts to resolve this outside of bringing it to court?
Your Honor, I'm a very respectable man. I come from a respectable family. She speaks of her family, and her family's name is known for actually breaking in homes.
What the?
And,
Liar.
I totally went. I communicated properly, effectively, and yeah, Your Honor, there's not too much to communicate. That's not my baby. I never even had sex with her, and again, Your Honor, it may possibly be your baby.
No, you know what?
One of
Stop.
these
We
guys.
gonna stop there.
One of
I'm
these
gonna
guys,
be,
baby.
excuse me, Your Honor, I'm gonna be the first lady of First Baptist Pentecostal Church. I'm gonna be the first lady. You're gonna be my husband. This baby is yours. We're gonna do it right like the Lord.
Okay, so Mrs. Reed, who did you turn to?
Evangelist Reed, Your Honor, please. Respect, put some respect on that. Put
Okay,
some
you
respect on
gonna
that.
also respect my courtroom
And
as
I
well.
do.
Okay, well then you not acting like it right now.
Okay.
Who did you turn to for advice during this time?
The Lord, God, I got on my knees, honey, and I prayed for this man here to have some sense about himself, to come to his senses, the senses that God gave us when we were born into this world. He act like he ain't got it no more.
Okay.
He act like he ain't got it no more.
She prayed to God, Your Honor. It must be two gods, because she ain't prayed to the same God that I pray to.
Why you standing here acting like a pimp? And you a pastor's child. Don't ever pop your collar like that. Don't you ever pop your collar like that.
Oh, you didn't mind me popping my collar when I showed you around the church, though, did you? You complimented my collar, didn't you?
Yeah, honey. That's why you know this baby is yours.
No, it ain't.
Okay.
We're gonna be together, honey. Married together. I'm gonna be the first lady of that church. We're gonna do
I
it
touched
like the
you
way.
with no hands.
What you touch me with then?
No hands.
What you touch me with then?
I touched you with no hands, my sister.
That's a lie. That's a lie. You're lying in court before. Didn't you just raise your right hand and said, I'm going to tell the truth, nothing but the truth? You're lying right now. God is going to strike you down. He going to get you.
Okay.
But I'm going to pray for your
Honor.
forgiveness.
Your Honor.
What advice were you given about handling this situation?
You asking me what the Lord told me?
I'm asking what advice.
You want to know what the Lord told me?
What
The
does
Lord told me to hold this fool accountable, to make sure he atones for the things that he done, for this child that he helped create.
All right. Miss Reed, what are you prepared if
Your
this
Honor,
child...
Your Honor, please put some respect on my name.
Well, you ain't putting no respect
I'm
on your name when
Evangelist
you
Reed.
mess with
I'm
this
not,
pastor's
I'm not
son.
Miss until I'm married.
So you keep addressing me, but I'm just gonna put it straight out.
Yeah,
You
evangelist.
wasn't evangelist when you was laying up with this pastor's son.
Oh, honey, we
now I've
prayed
been
about
trying
it.
to be real nice to you, and I've been
about
trying to let it go. But now I'm here since you want to keep addressing me. I'm gonna address you as such.
Go ahead, Judge.
What are you planning to do if he's not the father?
What you mean not?
What are
Why
you
would
planning
you
to do?
insult me with a question like that? Didn't I just tell you he was? He is. And he
Well,
will be
evidently-
when that test come up.
I
He
gotta
is and he will be.
I gotta question something because it's all the way doubts over here.
Well, honey, I really didn't want to come before you. I had to do it for this man here and for legal reasons, and that's just the procedure.
Okay, so what about you, Mr. Calvin? What are you prepared if you are the father?
Your Honor, I stand strong on the truth. And the fact of the matter is, I didn't have no sexual relations with this man. I didn't touch this man. I didn't...
This ma'am.
Yeah, this man.
That ain't what you called me. You didn't say this ma'am.
I didn't call him anything.
So, Mrs. Reed, what was your biggest fear coming in this courtroom today?
Lord, I'm not going to correct you again, Judge, but I already told you. But my biggest fear was I didn't want the gossip in the church. I didn't want the sisters in the choir. I didn't want the usher board, the nurses board. I don't want the pastors and the deacons to be talking. They don't need to be talking about us. I want them to talk about the Lord. I want the Lord to have his shine. I don't need to be talked about. Our business does not need to be in the church.
So, what was your biggest fear about coming into this courtroom?
The parking. Finding somewhere to park. That's my only fear. I didn't do nothing. So finding somewhere to
I'm so
park.
sick of you.
That's my only thing, Your Honor.
So that's the only thing you worried about here today.
That's it, Your Honor. I'm just here waiting on you to tell her that I'm not the father.
Mr. Calvin, what evidence do you have to support your claim that you are not the father?
Evidence. All right. So where was you at the other night? The day after?
I was at revival, 24-hour revival, prayer revival, on my knees, where you should have been with me.
Oh, you was getting
praying
revived, all right.
for 24 hours.
You was getting revived?
Yes.
Yeah, you was. Who showed you around the church? You know the church house got cameras, and you said that you know you on oath, right? So who showed you around the church house? Church house.
I said I was on my knees.
Mrs. Evangelist, I'm gonna need an answer to
I said I
that.
was on my
You
knees
said
for
that. You did say
24
you was on
hours,
your knees
didn't I?
reviving. You did say you was on your knees reviving.
You want to be Miss
Lord Jesus.
Evangelist.
Yes, ma'am.
Where was
Yes,
you
Your
at as he stated? Is this true?
Yeah, I was on my knees for.
All right, now I do have these results in my hand, and they read as follows. In the case of 8-month-old Nyla, Mr. Calvin,
Yes.
you are the father. Whew. So what do you got to say for that? Because you said you ain't even touch him.
You know, Your Honor, the Lord wouldn't put more on you than what you can handle. You know, He wouldn't put more on you than what you can handle. You know, and I stand up and step up and step up and.
So are we getting married?
No, we're not doing that. But I'll step up and You know.
But you know what the
step
Lord
up and step out.
You know what the Lord says. We're gonna have this baby. We done already had this baby out of wedlock. Let's make it right. Don't you still love me?
Never loved you. Never.
You're standing here
Yeah.
before this court as
Well, I
the
ain't in here.
pastor's
Yeah, I'm standing here.
But you're the pastor's son. We represent the Lord, and you're
not.
standing here acting like a.
No. I'm not no pimp. But I'm not the father either. So
No, you are the father, sir.
we're gonna get another test. We're gonna get another test. You know.
See, I think something wrong with you. What did your daddy do? Did he drop you? What's really going on in that house of cards? Because some ain't right. It's not matching. It's not. Our Christianity is not matching. The holiness is not upon you anymore.
So how do you feel now that the results are out?
Next question, please, Your Honor.
She asked you a question, Calvin. Answer the judge.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to go on to you. How do you feel now that the results are out?
I feel like we need to make this official. I feel like I need you to be at home with me and that baby. She needs her dad and her grandfather. We need to come and join that church. I will be the future first lady of First Missionary Baptist Pentecostal Church. Yes, I am. I'm part of that legacy now, and so is my baby, Your Honor. And you're going to have to accept that. Ain't nobody going to be after me.
You know that baby welcome to my church.
What you say?
You know that baby will be welcome to my family.
That ain't what your granddaddy said. What your father
It's
said.
probably my granddaddy baby.
I wish it was. He's more a man than you are.
What have you learned from this experience, Mr. Calvin? What have you learned?
To be choosy, never leave the house without a rubber.
Amen.
And what have you learned, Mrs. Reed?
I've learned that the light of the Lord is not in everyone. I learned that some people be out here faking, and he one of them. Some people ain't real, and he one of them.
All right, well, you know what? With that being said, court is adjourned. I wish y'all nothing but the best.
Hallelujah.
Mrs. Smith, how did you and Miss De La Cruz meet?
So, as you can tell by my attire, I take life pretty seriously, and my hard work has led to me owning a pretty successful business. That business took me down to Colombia. I was trying to inquire about some possible buildings that we might purchase, some dealings that could be done. I go out for dinner, I order some salsa. All of a sudden I have Miss De La Cruz here salsa all over me, and pretty soon we fall in love. There's some miscommunication about what's going on with her real situation, but I do bring her back to the United States, and that's where things start to unfold, or unravel, as you may say. She becomes pregnant, although I'm wondering if the glow she had that night was pregnancy and not just a twinkle in her eye that she shows today so affectionately. And really, like I said, it started to unravel. There's a baby. It looks nothing like me. It looks just like her. And then some guy pops up from the past. And she says it's her cousin or her uncle or something. It's not even clear on who this guy is. And I just have a lot of questions for her. But I kind of just let him go. And then now she shows up and is trying to drag me into this, saying the baby's mine. It's definitely not a Smith. It's definitely a De La Cruz or whatever her cousin's name is. So, because that ain't my baby.
Okay, that was a bit much. All right, let me start with you, Mrs. De La Cruz. How did you guys meet?
In Colombia. He went there and he likes me and he wanted to dance on salsa, so
I ordered salsa.
I show my move. Let me talk because you already talk. So I show my move and everything with dance salsa, and well, who's not gonna fall in love? So we did fall in love, and we have a baby together. We make that baby in Colombia, Medellin.
Again, I think that baby was made in Colombia, but before I ever landed.
No, it was with him. It was with him, 100%.
Okay, I have to have order because y'all got me over here ready to eat some salsa and do salsa and everything else. So what was the relationship like,
Again,
Mrs. Smith?
Beautiful. And
tell her what you call me. Money bags?
Papi.
Yeah, money
I call
papi.
you papi. I call you papacito rico, mi amor.
That's how this all happened. She called me papi. And
papi.
yeah.
You like when I call you papi.
I love it. And parts of me did fall in love with parts of you. However,
Papi,
again,
don't complain. I'm gonna give you a big hug.
she's
after
a
all of
great
this.
woman, and it just
Thank
comes
you.
down
You
to
too, my
the
love.
reality of the situation, which is this is not my baby.
It is.
Okay. So, how was this relationship? How was it like? I mean,
It just moved
Flavor.
too quick.
Spicy. I was the, the salting thing,
okay,
It's flavor, everything.
okay, we have to give. Go ahead, Mrs. Smith.
She's right. It was flavorful. It was exciting. I got in over my head. She had that glow about her that I questioned. We go back to, the middle of nowhere USA where I'm from, and she sticks out like a sore thumb, but she's trying to blend in. I'm trying to blend her in. And then all of a sudden, Enrique shows up, who's, again, her cousin or her brother or her uncle's sister or whatever he is. And all of a sudden, the baby looks a lot closer to Enrique's shade than mine. So
That's
I'm
not
just
true.
saying there's a lot of questions.
That's not true.
And I thought I loved this woman. I made a mistake. I had good intentions. It was you can look at this woman. She's insanely gorgeous. However, that doesn't make it my baby.
Okay.
It is.
It doesn't even look like me.
Because
There's
it's
no
a girl.
vanilla.
It's a girl.
There's no
It's a
vanilla in this
girl.
coffee.
Hey!
That's
I
straight
need
Colombian.
some order in my courtroom, okay? How do you describe the relationship? How was it like?
Flavor, fire, you know that you like it.
Yeah.
I know you do, you like it.
I mean, come
know.
on. Look at her. It's stupid.
I know.
I'm not going to play
The-
dumb.
Everything, the flavor. I was literally doing the dishes and cooking like this every day.
I wanted to
Who
practice
doesn't
making the
like
babies.
that?
I just didn't
and
want the
when
results.
I'm walking around
I-
every time, he just spank it there and everything. It's so hot.
Okay,
so
wait.
he like
Why
it.
wouldn't you spank that? Look at her. Come on.
Okay.
And then it was flavor and it was all the passion. And of course we have a baby because we was having passion almost every time, every day. How is not gonna be possible?
It was more than once a day. We were practicing all the time. But again, it started with me
Latina,
ordering
it
went
never
from-
enough.
chips and salsa to practice in tango to now where there's a baby.
Mr. Smith, why do you have doubt about being the father of this child?
Listen, obviously I got game. I scooped this girl up and we practiced all day, every day. But that doesn't make it my baby. Come on, Judge. You can tell I got Riz. I ain't Ohio here.
All right, Ms. De La Cruz, why do you believe he is the father? I need to know.
Because all the salsa we did, of course. I mean, I'm Latina. Latina, if you take them to dance, they go pregnant after that. We reproduce babies like, like everything in life. We are very abundant. And then he's the dad because he's a girl. That's why he say they doesn't look like him. It looks like me, and you should be proud of that. Because I do very, very gorgeous babies. We make that, but it looks more like me. Thank God. But anyways, it's like, it's his daughter.
Okay.
100%. There is no doubt about. I know the day, the time, and the hour we make. It was the most gorgeous 50 seconds of my life.
Oh.
You know what they say, Your Honor, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. All I'm saying is her baby darker than the juice I produce, okay?
Because look at me. I'm dark.
Y'all blowing me away with this case,
Wait.
okay?
Excuse me. I'm dark. What did you expect? You are white like a milk, and I'm dark like a Colombian flavor. Of course, it's gonna look dark. Of course, you put black and white, they're gonna be more black than white. So I'm dark. It's
Right,
gonna
there's
be
no-
that way.
There's no milk in this coffee, though. I mean, look at her.
You are milk,
Beautiful.
and you put your milk, papi. I remember that milk.
Okay.
Again, wrong flavor juice.
Okay, before this get a little bit out of hand. Wow.
You like it.
What
You
was your...
goddamn Skippy.
Oh,
You like it.
okay. Wait, I don't know what y'all doing, but I don't know if y'all leaving together or what, but what was your initial reaction when she told you she was pregnant and you was the father? Was you happy?
Yes, you was happy.
I was happy for her. Again, I had my own doubts. And again, she's beautiful and she had a glow about her, but I thought, oh, she was just pregnant. Like, she didn't show, and she's wonderful. I'm not here to badmouth her. But that glow she had, I think I misunderstood. There was language barrier. There was some misunderstanding on my part. I think that glow was the pregnancy she already had. And then when she got here, like I said, 5 months later, a baby pops out. I'm not great at math, but that's not baby numbers,
That's
right?
not true. It was more than 5 months.
All right.
Stop it.
How would I know? We were practicing trying to make the baby every day, and apparently there was already a baby on the way.
No, that's not true.
Okay.
You put the seed and the seed grow.
Okay.
Okay,
I
Miss.
remember the seed. Don't.
Beautiful 55, was it 15 seconds?
Let's see how long you can
Mrs.
last with you.
Mrs. Del Cruz. Okay, y'all gotta respect my courtroom now. What was the initial reaction? How did he act when you told him?
He was happy, and then after that he started to being so weird about and asking me multiple questions, which I don't understand, and I just pretend I understand. But
See, now you know how I felt.
I do feel the same way. I speak two languages. How many languages do you speak?
Okay, so let me
Not
ask
enough,
you.
I guess.
Okay, well let me ask you. How has he been? Has he been a father in this child life? Has he?
He is like, I don't know. He wanted to. He was like yes, but then he just disappeared and started being so mean and mad and rude with me and telling over the time that that's not his daughter. I don't want she listen to that because that's not good for a child.
She's not the problem. I would love to be with her and raise this child with her. However, this extra guy, Enrique, he presents the problems because there's questions about who he is and what his relationship to her are. And to be quite honest, I think that Enrique fits a trend in her style of man. He's a bad boy. Obviously, she likes bad boys, and I don't trust this guy. I think
That's
he's up
not
to illegal
true.
activities.
That's not
I
true.
think you see me as the bad boy that Enrique used to be for you, because obviously, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying right now.
I don't know what you're saying.
Translate. Just to let you know, he's not a bad boy, but you can kick him out. It doesn't
Well,
matter. I like
when
you,
did I meet
papi.
Enrique? Did I say I want some of that good too? And when we were in
I
Colombia?
like you.
Did I say I want
Hey, you guys are forgetting that you in my courtroom. Y'all not at home,
It's
laying on the
le-
couch.
Toot is legal in Colombia.
What
You know what I'm
couch?
saying? That's what I
Papi
said.
couch.
Let me get some toot.
Okay.
And her man Enrique shows up with the good stuff. And that's what I think. I think he's just, you know what I'm saying?
So is it anything that you worried about losing?
I mean, no. And no, because here's the situation. Either we lose Enrique, which I'm not scared to lose, and I gain her back, or she goes away with Enrique and I get my freedom back. Right? And I can understand all the conversations had in my head at that point.
So I'm gonna ask you, is it anything you worried about losing?
Him and my daughter. Him.
You're not going to lose your daughter. And
Boy, I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, you might try to come and if it is yours.
if I don't
you
want
might
her,
be-
why would I try to take her daughter?
Well,
No.
some men do that, but okay. So
I just want to clear up what's up with Enrique. So,
He's no one.
okay. Well, if I'm the dad, then he doesn't matter, and we can just send him back to Colombia, and it'll be all good.
okay. All right, Mr. Smith. Are there any specific incidents that made you allegedly think the question of the paternity of the child?
Well, again, it comes to what I thought was her brother, who I never even met till we moved back to the States. I never met him in Colombia when we were down there where he and she lived. And then, so I installed cameras just to protect myself and her, to be quite honest, because I don't know who this guy is. Supposedly he's her brother. The camera says that they're not brother, sister. It shows all kinds of intimate details that I'd rather not get into, but show that my doubts were founded. I don't think it's her brother.
Okay, so
I
Mr.
think it's her
spy
lover.
me?
It's your lover.
Did you spy me?
Well, I had to spy on him, and you happened to be in the video with him.
So, okay.
I trusted you, not him.
Okay. Let me ask you. So, what do friends and family members say about this situation?
Well, they obviously think I got swindled into being a sugar daddy, even though they don't recognize the Riz. But to me, it was just love brought back to America that has gone wrong.
So, what do your friends and family members say about this situation?
They love him. We all love him
Y'all-
so much.
So, y'all all love him, huh?
We love
You,
him.
Enrique?
Oh, so much. You-
Right. I'm a vacation home to them.
No, you are not. You are my papi.
Right.
Oh, good Lord. Y'all are killing me up here. I'm going to need some
We
water in a
love
minute.
him. We love him.
So, the whole family love him, including Enrique.
Right. Including her brother, Enrique.
Where's my brother?
Right. Look at that face when she says anything about Enrique.
Oh,
She gets excited about me, but she gets like a crazy light in her eye when she talks about her baby daddy, Enrique.
Papi, I have a big heart. What can I say?
Okay, so
We'll see.
okay, Miss De La Cruz, how have you been affected by this paternity? I mean,
Well, I'm worried that I cannot be able to raise my daughter, our daughter, here in the States, and I have to go back there to Colombia. She's gonna have a better life here than Colombia, because I know how hard it can be sometimes there. She deserves a good education and a lot of stuff and opportunities.
okay. So let me ask you, is there anybody else that can be this child's father?
Just him.
Right. Look at the way she answers that question. And can I clear something up? I'm a good dude. I'm rich, right? I own a plastic company. You understand what that means? Like, I make stupid money. I can just take care of her and her daughter. It's whether me and her can move forward. That's what concerns me. And she's really concerned that if me and her don't stay together, her paperwork's not going to finalize, and she's going to have to go raise her daughter back in Colombia. Her daughter can stay here. I'll pay for it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a bad guy, but what me and her have really depends on this Enrique guy who, again, I don't think is her brother. I think it's her lover.
What about?
So if you're worried all about your daughter, leave me alone and just take the money and go. Be with Enrique.
No, I want to be with my daughter too. What about if Enrique move away and it's just me and you and the daughter, our daughter, and the money?
We'll see what happens. See, you want it all. That's the thing with you.
Of course, I
I'm trying
want
to-
you, Papi, and I want my daughter,
No,
and I
you're just
want
worried
the
about,
money.
I want what's best for your daughter,
Me
and I want you to
too.
be happy, but that's not going to come at my expense.
Me
so.
too. She needs her mom.
Okay, so you know what? I got these results right in front of me, and I'm about to get down to the bottom of this. So in the case of 5-month-old Maria, Miss Del Cruz, Mr. Smith, he is not the father. He is not the father.
I'll write you a check and your daughter will be fine, but you need to leave me alone. And I don't even care who Enrique is at this point. I don't care if he is your brother or your lover. Good riddance.
Oh my God, I kind of knew this was gonna happen. What do you got to say for yourself?
That happened before I meet you.
Oh, I know. I know what that glow was. I asked for salsa and all of a sudden I got...
By anything that I had to say here, you cannot be mad at me because I was before I meet you and I didn't know, and then I meet you and our life starts when we meet. And what can I say? Something happened before I didn't know until I found out when I was with you, and I choose to be my life with you. But you cannot be mad at me if I have a beautiful daughter growing in me before you. I didn't know that until I meet you, and I told you with my whole heart, and I give you my heart and my love, and I come here with you. And I thought it's yours. Okay, it's a girl. It looks like me. Thank God, but it's okay. It's a girl. What can I say? And it was before you. I don't know what to say, and I love you so much. But I want to be close to my daughter, close to you, and I want to raise her here because here is better for her.
All right, Mr. Smith, so what are you prepared to do moving forward?
I'm just going to write her a check and try to find a waitress that understands the difference between ordering salsa and getting pregnant.
Okay. And what about you, Mr. Del Cruz? What do you plan to do now?
She just wants the money.
And my daughter and you. Don't forget about that.
2 out of 3
too.
ain't bad.
Everything. I want everything. What's the problem if I want everything? I don't.
Well, you can't have everything.
I can't have everything.
See, Judge, she's just not. I'm giving her money and her daughter, and she just wants more.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that I can read these results and that we can come down to a conclusion that he is not the father. I wish y'all nothing but the best. You need to get your life together and figure out what's important to you. You guys, court is adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Doolittle, what brings you here in my courtroom today?
So I believe I got my cousin pregnant.
Your cousin?
Yeah.
I need to hear more of this. I mean, explain. What?
So a few years back, I was at the mall, and I like to go take a little trip to Spencer's, see what new, equipment they might have. I see her in there. I'm like, okay, it's a cool little 10-piece. Let me try it, slide on it, do what I gotta do. So we end up vibing out for a little bit. Situations come up, boom, bam, thank you, ma'am. We have our little fun, let's say that. And then as time progresses, we make it official. But then one time I get invited to my family reunion. She get the same invitation to the same family reunion.
Whew.
Now it was already kind of suspicious because I knew we had the same last name, but I didn't think nothing of it but a coincidence.
Okay.
When we get there, I go say what's up to grandma. Guess what she do? she go say what's up to grandma.
Wow.
Now I'm looking like, what's really going on? Wagwan, this is kind of crazy. So, moral of the story, they tell us that we actually second cousins.
I know that was a shocker.
Most
I mean,
definitely.
so Miss Doolittle, what do you got to say? I mean, what do you got to say about all this?
Well, you know, it was cool. We had our little fun or whatever, but I was kind of thrown off guard. But, you know, this is supposed to be my man. You know, we have a child together, and, you know, I'm willing to keep everything together, you know. We had a family, so. I mean, we already family, but, you know.
So y'all was a family.
Yeah, family.
At one point. Y'all made it official at one point.
Yeah. And I really didn't know this, though. I had no clue about this, honestly. And to keep it a whole being, and now that I know her for a little while now, she kind of, you know, fast with it. So I don't even really know that baby mine, to keep it a whole stack with you.
So you don't think the child is yours?
I hope not. At this point, I found out we cousins. 1, 2. She over here being a WWE champ with everybody.
Okay.
WWE SmackDown Raw edition with everybody, from what I heard.
Oh, okay. No name calling in my courtroom. All right, Mrs. Doolittle, is there any truth to what he's saying?
I mean, I've had a few entanglements.
You see what I'm saying? You
But
see what
while
I'm
y'all
saying?
was together?
It was never nothing
see what
too
I'm saying?
serious. You know, he's not really fulfilling my needs.
Huh?
Like, and I'm gonna go find something else. You know,
Wow.
if he's not gonna do it, somebody else will.
Let's not cap for the
I'm
people.
with you when
man.
you're right, but
Never
I mean,
capping.
so he wasn't fulfilling your needs. So you went out and elsewhere and fulfilled your needs, is what you're saying.
I mean, pretty much. And I have reason to think that he's got a little side piece too.
Oh, so is it a possibility that this child can't be his?
I am 99% sure, 99.2 that it's his child. But,
but not the 99.9, but 99.2.
That's big difference right there. That's a big difference right there.
What,
Be honest,
8%?
that's a big difference.
At the 8%?
Yeah, what? 92? I can't even get a 99.9%. It's kind of nuts.
Wow. I mean, so are you prepared to be this child father? Do you want to be this child father?
No, like we cousins. Like that's.
Yeah, that
Come on.
I forgot all about that part. That part is
forget
is
about
We're not-
everything
she said
before
just
that.
forget.
Like,
That's the hills have eyes type stuff. I'm not. Look, we don't do that. I don't do that.
So do you hope to be the child's father?
In the sense of, I really hope that she wasn't messing around like that, you know. But at the same time, I'm conflicted because I don't want it to be like family like that.
I get that.
Come on, do we
your
do we
baby.
do that for real? We're not in Alabama. We don't do that.
I get that. I understand. So, Mrs. Doolittle,
yes, Your Honor.
what are you prepared? Do you want him to be the child's father?
Obviously, we've had a relationship. You know, it's been a couple of years. I like him.
Mr. Doolittle, who made you come to court today? Who wanted you to be sitting in front of me today?
Yeah, our grandma.
Our
grandma.
Our grandma.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is something. Ooh, I'm sweating up here at this point. I want to know. All right, and Mrs. Doolittle, y'all grandma wants y'all to get a paternity test, honey.
I mean, we can do whatever.
Mrs. Doolittle, what are you prepared if he's not the father? What are you prepared to do?
With the slim chances that this man's not the father of our child, I would just hope that I'm not invited to any more family reunions, and I'll take my baby and go on my merry little way.
Huh. Okay, and Mr. Doolittle,
Yeah.
what are you prepared to do if you are the father?
I mean, I really believe I have to man up and raise the child, but we can't be seeing each other no more. It'd be best maybe split cuss. I don't even know how to really go.
No
about that
entanglements.
situation. Yeah,
is what
no,
you're saying.
Yeah, none of that.
This man loves me. He's acting for y'all.
Ooh. She said you love her, and it ain't no relative love. It's what I'm hearing. All right, so what we gonna do? I have these results in front of me, and I am prepared to read these today. In the case of 1-year-old Kaya, Mr. Doolittle, you are the father.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are the father, Mr. Doolittle.
Yeah, you are the father.
So y'all family in all kind of ways.
You're definitely the daddy. I've been told you that. You want to come
We
here
don't
and
even know
act
them things
crazy,
100%
but
real
you
to
love
keep
me.
it
You love
steady.
me. It's okay.
No,
you love
that's-
me. He's not going nowhere.
At a point,
okay.
sure, but come on, man. Like,
You
we
still
family.
love
Let's have
me.
some.
It's all
Let's
right.
use some common sense.
You're gonna have no
This is
choice
wrong.
but to love me. You have no choice but to now. You
So
are
I
the
guess y'all
father
all going to the family reunions.
Nope.
All as one.
in
No.
his life for the rest of our lives. Actually,
This is wild. I'm not doing it. Like,
You're not doing it.
I'm
And
gonna raise
you-
the kid or something, but yeah, this gotta stop.
So now that you got this information, the results, and that being your baby, what are you gonna do?
take care of your family.
Family. She ain't say baby. She said family. So she wants y'all as one.
No, I mean I'm gonna raise the kid because that's my responsibility. But this is not really a family. Maybe she could get a little stepdad for the baby. I could get a
Stepdad.
stepmom or something.
Please.
But this is not right.
Okay. And what are you prepared to do?
He's putting on a front right now. He's in love with me. He's not going nowhere. He's gonna take care of us together, all of us, and we're gonna go on our merry little way.
Well, maybe a little. I suggest y'all go to counseling. You know, a little counseling won't hurt nobody. But I hope y'all, whatever y'all do,
No,
I'm
if
here
she
for
believe that we still gonna work this out, she need to go to some type of
You're gonna see
mental
it's okay.
facility,
It's okay.
some type of asylum or something.
All right, I don't have nothing to do with that, but my job here is done. Court is adjourned. Mr. Willis, what brings you in the courtroom today?
I have been wondering for a long time about whether these children, we have 3 children, whether they're mine or not, they're all so ugly and they don't
Ugly?
look like me. I'm a real handsome dude and these kids look like they come right off the street.
Okay,
is so
Mrs.
wrong.
Willis.
Yes.
I mean, y'all have been together for a long time. What is your take on
We've
it?
been together for over 50 years.
Wow, 50 years. And you sitting in front of me today.
And I married a man. I mean, is he anything to look at?
I mean, he must have been. You've been with him long enough now.
Well, I
Miss
married
Willis.
him for his personality, not his looks.
Ooh, well, some personality here.
And he says my kids aren't good looking. Well, ugly men make ugly children, honey. These are your kids. I mean, you think just because you traveled so damn much that I was fooling around? Hell, I was home with the kids.
Well, when I came home, you were kind of messed up a couple times.
What does that mean, messed up?
Well, you know. And then once I came home,
I had my period. I mean, come on.
What? Wait a minute.
You think you just walk in the house
Wait, you
nookie nookie?
Okay, you gotta watch what you say in my courtroom now, Mrs.
I said I
Willis.
had my period. What's wrong
I
with
know.
saying that?
I need order. I need order in my court.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, everybody is speaking out of turn. Everything is going every which way now. I need some order in here.
I'm sorry.
well, you know, one time I came home and I pulled in the front driveway and I saw this car down the street take off because somebody came out the back door.
It was the repairman. I told you the washing machine was broken.
You told me it was the postman.
No, that was the other time.
Mrs. Willis. I mean, so do he have any? Is it any doubt in your mind that these kids, all 3 of them, not 1, not 2, but all 3 of them is not his?
They're his kids. I mean,
All right, Mr. Willis. Now, do you hope these kids are yours?
Yeah, I mean, even though they're ugly, because if they weren't mine, I would have just been pissing my money away all these years taking care of those little brats.
Okay.
that's, you know, I don't get this because if I was going to fool around while you were gone, don't you think I would have picked some good-looking men that look better than you do?
No.
Okay. All right. Who brought y'all here today? What brought y'all here?
Well, he did. He watches this crap on TV. He said, I want to go to one of those courtrooms and prove that these brats aren't mine. I don't think they're brats. I think they're wonderful kids. And I don't think they're ugly.
So
But-
that
Well, you know, I've seen all these great results, and I want to prove it because if they aren't mine, I've had it.
You had.
What do
so
you mean
you done?
you've had
you
it?
prepared.
Wait a minute. We've been together over 50 years, and you're gonna walk out the door. Look, he won't even look at me.
I got a nice young lady waiting out there.
Oh, wait. So you prepare. So you telling me after 50 years you gonna walk with this young lady you claim you got waiting in the bushes somewhere, but you talked about her with the milkman and the plumber and everybody else, but you got this young thing waiting on you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We need some.
Sure.
We're gonna have to get down to the bottom of this, and I mean fast at this point.
I gotta cover myself.
Cover yourself.
Oh.
Seemed like you should have been covering back then and not right now.
You know, if you'd stayed home, you wouldn't have this question in your mind.
I had too much fun not staying home.
Oh, wow. Well, you know what? I'm not finna keep going back and forth. I'm finna go ahead and get down to these results. All right, guys, I got these results in my hand. Is there any final words that you wanna get out before I read these results?
I don't know why we're here. We've been together all this time. You traveled a lot. You think I was fooling around. I think you were probably fooling around when you were on the road.
That's
I
not
bet
true.
there's some ugly kids out there that belong to you.
I don't want these kids around me if they're not mine.
Honey, you've raised them.
Well, yeah.
Don't you love them?
I
mean, you call them ugly. This is just...
They get in my way.
Oh,
this is just wrong. This is just
well,
wrong.
you know what? I didn't have a time in here with you guys today, and I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all out my hair.
Yeah, tell them they're my kids. I mean, they're your kids.
All right. The results reads as follow. First child, Mr. Willis, you are not the father.
That's what I figured.
No. Oh, that's good.
Mrs. Willis.
That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong.
Second child,
That's got to be. It's a mistake.
Mr. Willis, you are not the father.
You are reading someone else's file. This can't be true.
I have a mailman and a plumber.
Oh my God! Oh, wait! No, hey!
I'm sorry.
Words.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I just.
Child 3, Mr. Willis. I pray and I hope.
Please.
But you are not the father. Oh my God!
Oh, honey, I love you. Don't leave me. You love those kids.
Thank you, Honor. I will see you around. I told you those kids were ugly.
You're
and
ugly.
They don't look.
You're ugly. That's why they're ugly.
They
They're
look
your
just like
kids.
the
That's
mailman.
all wrong.
And the milkman.
It's wrong. It's gotta.
I told you they were ugly.
He's ugly, isn't he? Is he ugly? I mean, come on.
Wow. All right, guys. Court is adjourned. It is so.
Well, Your Honor, I am a reformed lady of the night. Okay, I used to be on the streets making my money. Silky was my pimp, and you know what? I'm not even gonna call him Silky. I'm gonna call him by his government, Stanley Earl Jenkins. And we had a little something going on outside of him being my pimp, and we had a child.
Okay, so.
And he's claiming that he's not the father of my child, and he is.
Mr. Jenkins, what do you got to say about all this?
Well, first of all, my name has legally been changed to Silky Smooth, all right? We're going to just start by saying that. It's Silky, okay? Not Stanley, it's Silky. And first of all, she was my bottom girl, which means she holds up my whole pyramid, okay? And she was trying to get chose by somebody else, by another pimp on another stroll, and Silky wasn't having that, all right? And furthermore, cash, like money, you know, our baby, a son, little one, coming up in the game, you know, Silky training him up, you know, to do the right thing, you know.
No,
I don't know.
And well, I'm explaining Silky's situation, baby. Come on now.
Hey, I'm not your baby. First of all, I'm not your baby.
Okay.
I'm a judge, and that's what you need to call me.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank
Silky
you.
is very apologetic. Silky is very apologetic. Okay.
Ooh,
so this is what happened. She got chose by somebody else, and he wasn't laying down the pimp hand right. Silky didn't allow that. Okay. So I believe in Silky's heart that little Cash it's not Silky's. It's just not Silky's. I'm sorry.
Miss Smith, what made you summons the court today?
Well, Your Honor, I brought the likes of this man into the courtroom today because he refuses to take responsibility for our son. I mean, I know it's his because he got the same lazy eyism. I mean, look at it. Look at the baby and look at his eyes.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Excuse me. Silky does not have a lazy eye. It's just that Silky got to watch this way and his money around the corner at the same time. You dig what I'm saying, honey? Can you dig me?
No, I can dig. I can't dig it. No, I can't dig it. First of all, let's start there. All right, Miss Smith, do you hope he's not the father?
I absolutely hope that he's not. I would never want someone like this to be my child's father. He's still working the streets, for goodness sake.
Correction, Your Honor. Silky does not work the street. His ladies work the street. Silky just manages them. That's all I'm saying.
So you just running, Miss, what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm the manager.
So you sitting in front of my courtroom saying that, but okay, all right. So Miss Smith, who encouraged you to bring Mr. Silky to court today?
It was my mom. She
used to be one of my ladies too, just so you know. Silky is training them all the way up to grandma. That's what.
You know what? Hey, I'm gonna need you to talk when spoken to. You don't just talk out of turn. Now, like I was saying, Mrs. Smith, before I was rudely interrupted, your mother is the one that encouraged you to bring him to court?
Yeah, my mother encouraged me to come in here today. She sees that I've changed my life and I'm doing better, and she does not want him to be the father of my child.
Her mother's shift starts in half an hour. I don't know how she told her that.
That's a lie.
You know what? I'm gonna need you to stop talking out of turn, Miss Silky. This is not the streets. This is my courtroom. I run everything around here.
I'm sorry. Silky is sorry. Silky.
Well, you need to act like it and act like you got some
Your
sense
Honor,
in front of me.
Stanley Earl.
What are you prepared to do if he's not the father?
I'm prepared to move on with my life and leave that behind in the past.
And what are you prepared to do if you are the father?
I'm gonna train that boy up so that he can have a train longer than Silky.
Never.
I want him to go on and keep the game going, baby. You know, it's hard out here for a pimp.
Oh no. I'm sure I know for a fact I'm sure you and your mother do not want him no way, form, or fashion the father of this child. Cause I wouldn't either.
The baby name is Cash because Silky teaching him how to get it.
You know what? Listen. I'm so ready to read these results and get you out my courtroom because I'm sick of you. So I'm gonna go ahead and read these results as follow. In the case of 4-year-old Cash, I feel sorry for you. He is the father.
Oh my God.
Oh wow, this is something. You know what? I was cold as ice long ago. But that's okay. Strawberry and I gonna work this out. That was her street name. I'm gonna have Lexus, Sparkle, and Mercedes come over and help babysit their baby. You know, they gonna train them up nice. You know,
absolutely not.
Yes, absolutely.
You're not gonna come anywhere near my child. Okay?
Silky coming by the baby.
You're not coming
Silky
anywhere near. Nor
baby.
is Alexis.
Silky coming by. Silky has put his hands up.
Okay, I need order. You know what?
Do you want to see the backhand side?
Hey, do you want to be held in contempt for saying something like that?
Arrest him, Judge. Arrest him.
Your Honor, Silky is only trying to explain, the way.
No, you talking about backhands and back.
I never said anything about hurting anybody. I'm just saying the hand, when it's on the back, it should bring back memories.
Okay, now that you got this information, what are you prepared to do?
Go straight to Hades.
That is cold-blooded, And
you are too.
No, I mean Hades wouldn't bother me because I am cold.
What are you prepared to do? What are you prepared to do?
It's all right. I'm gonna teach little Cash how to run the family business.
Never.
I am going to
Not gonna happen.
send money to Strawberry over here, and
my name is Janet.
It was Strawberry when I knew you, honey. Okay, so
well, it seems like she got herself together now. So all that strawberry stuff.
She didn't slid backwards.
Okay, I'm done with you. Stop. What are you prepared to, now that you know he is the father? I feel sorry for you.
I'm prepared to move far away from this. We don't need this in
So
our
she wanted to
lives.
find out the baby was mine just so she can move away.
Oh,
This makes
we're
no
gonna
sense.
do child support and you're gonna
She-
pay me, but you can stay
Look,
away.
Silky don't work. Silky don't work. You can't find nothing
You know
in
what?
Silky name.
You know what?
It ain't gonna happen.
You know what? I'm prepared to go ahead and let y'all be dismissed, and I wish you nothing but the best. I'm praying
you,
for you.
Your
And
Honor.
I'm gonna say a special prayer for you. And
thank
you need to give it up at this
I
time.
thought you were saying you were saying
Court
a prayer
is
for me.
adjourned. Court is adjourned. All right, Miss Smith, what brings you in my courtroom here today?
Well, I believe that my college student got me pregnant.
A college student got you pregnant.
Yes.
Can you elaborate on that?
Well, we have a relationship that was pretty intense, and we decided to just go at it one day in my classroom.
All right, Mr. Garcia, let me hear your side of the story.
Yeah, Your Honor. One thing led to another in class, and then all of a sudden we just got into it right after that and didn't hesitate. And pretty simple.
Mr. Garcia.
Yes.
What was this relationship like, or was it a relationship?
There wasn't no relationship to it. Me and the boys had a couple brewskis the other night, and one thing led to another, saying that I couldn't smash the teacher. So we had a friendly bet of a case of Miller Lights and $10, and here we are.
So, Miss Smith, now hearing that, was it a relationship between you guys, or how did this come about?
It was absolutely professional. There was no relationship. I noticed he was hanging out, asking me more and more questions about classwork, coursework, and he ended up staying after one day, and we just got together.
So now hearing that it was a bet to get with this hot teacher, how do you feel about that?
I think he's boosting his ego a little bit.
Because was it even worth the time, or?
Definitely not worth the time. I mean,
It's not what you were saying.
speaking of what he has inside there, it's pretty small.
So, Miss Garcia, was this the first time you ever got with a student?
First time and definitely the last time.
Because it wasn't worth it.
It was not worth it
Oh,
at all.
Well, I see both of y'all got little scenarios and stories about each other. You got a bet, and she said it wasn't worth it. So, with that being said, why do you doubt paternity?
Because I'm infertile. I know that, and that's just how it goes. I smoke a lot of weed, and how could I produce a baby if all my sperm's killed?
Wait a minute. So, Mr. Garcia, you said you think you cannot have kids. That's what you sitting here telling me.
That is true, Your Honor.
Because that means.
Takes me out the window, right, of opportunity.
So no one ever said they was pregnant by you. You don't have any kids. You think your sperm count is just low where you can't even produce kids. That's what you sit here trying to tell me.
Pretty much, Your Honor. It sounds crazy. I'm a young buck, but it could happen.
Have a doctor told you that, or that's just something you coming up with?
I stepped into the doctor yesterday, and they told me that.
Yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
So you knew you was going to court, and you said, you know what, let me just ask this doctor, do you think I can have kids?
Rather be safe than sorry, right?
Okay. So, Miss Smith, is there any doubt about him being a father?
Absolutely not. He's definitely the father.
Because there's nobody else that you...
No.
You don't do this?
Not.
This is something that...
No, this was so random.
And it never had happened before?
Never happened before.
And you weren't with
Wouldn't
nobody?
do it before. Wasn't with anybody. I'm a teacher. I'm busy. I'm a professional. I have no time for this.
So it was a one-time thing?
It was a one-time thing.
Okay. I was going to ask you how did the child feel about this situation. But the child is too young to even discuss or have any thoughts about the situation. So, what was your initial reaction when she told you she was pregnant and that you were the father?
Off the rip, I just randomly thought back to when Billy said that he was with her the other night before me. So it's either me or Billy, but I know that I shoot blank, so how could it be me?
Absolutely not.
Okay. So who is Billy?
There is no Billy.
He's just
Billy,
making this up.
he might be high.
She has multiple classes. She doesn't know her kids like that by first name.
I absolutely know my classes. I
Lies.
know my students.
Lies.
I'm a professional.
Okay. Whew. Okay, well.
He just doesn't want to be responsible.
Well,
He's dodged every single processor that I sent out to him to get him in here.
I got a lacrosse scholarship. What do you want me to do?
See,
I got things to
very
do.
childish. He should handle his business.
So, has he been any part of this child's life? Have he met the child? Have he bonded with the child? Have he even...
He chooses not to. He doesn't want to be part of the child's life.
This is the first
Which
time her
actually,
bringing this up.
with his immaturity, I'm okay with that.
So you haven't had zero meetings with this child. You haven't even tried to get to know. You haven't even told your family. Nothing.
Nothing till all this is over with.
So is there anything that you worried about losing if he is the father?
Absolutely not. If he's the father and he chooses to be a man and take responsibility, that's fine. But if he doesn't, that's fine too.
Okay, and what about you, Mr. Garcia? Is there anything you worried about losing if you are the father?
My lacrosse scholarship probably, and then probably hanging out with the bros, pounding brewskis.
You'd rather hang out with the bros than be a man. You need to own up to your responsibility.
I'm only 21. What do you want me to do?
I want you to be a man. You need to grow up and you need to take responsibility.
No, thank you. I'm pretty stuck in my own ways and all that, so listening to you probably isn't the best bet. You are a teacher that came.
Well, you're
on
going to
me.
find out today that you're the father, and then what are you going to do?
We'll wait and see till after this.
Go ahead and keep acting like a child. Watch.
All right.
Okay. All right. So is there any specific incidents that made you think that is no way possible that you're the father of this child?
Yeah, my boy Billy back there told me that he was with her last night and all that.
So he's sticking with that, Billy. And is it...
I don't see Billy here. There is no Billy.
Billy don't even exist.
Billy don't exist. If Billy existed, Billy would be here. It's just his childlike behavior trying to get
Lies.
out of his responsibility
Lies.
of being a father.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Miss Smith, so is there any specific incidents that make you 100% sure he is the father?
I am absolutely certain he's the father. I don't have time for relationships. I'm always working. I'm a professional at my job.
Lies.
I don't go out. I don't date anybody. He's absolutely the father.
So what do friends and family members say about this situation? Because I know you had to tell them.
Well, they're feeling a little upset that I even did something so unprofessional, which I understand, and I'm upset with myself too, but I love my daughter.
Okay. So what do your family and friends got to say about this situation?
To be all honest with you, it's just me that knows of the situation because I've been trying to shun it out for the past however long she's been trying to get it to me.
So none of your family, Billy don't even know about this?
Billy don't even know.
It's rather embarrassing, Your Honor.
On her part, not mine.
Kind of on both parts. I mean, if you ask me, she already told us that, she's hurt and upset about this, but you got to take some type of accountability for your actions as well. You ain't no spring chicken. You 21, so you know what you was doing as well. So, how has your life been affected by the uncertainty of this paternity?
Well, I have a child, so my whole life has been rearranged. I have to be responsible. I have daycare. I have to, my weekends are taken now. I had no time for myself in the first place. Now I really have no time for myself.
And you, how about you? How have your life been affected once you found out this child, you could be possibly the father?
Just been pounding brewskis with the boys. That's it.
That's all your life consists of, huh?
So immature. Of
No
course,
regard
that's
to
what
this.
he would do.
It's not my kid.
Okay, well, I know you have already told the court, and you stern on saying this, that is nobody else potentially could be the father of this child.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, with that being said, we are going to get down to the bottom of this.
Thank you.
Please.
All right. So in the case of 1.5-year-old Audrey, you are the father. Hey,
Sorry.
this is a courtroom.
Sorry, Your Honor. Sorry.
See, I told you. Why did you think I was lying? I told you. I told you we could have saved this whole trip to the courtroom if you'd have just believed me.
How could I have even said anything about being in this predicament?
You're so immature. He's so immature.
Brewskis.
And what's so crazy is this is something you finna have to deal with.
Absolutely.
So what are you prepared to do?
I will definitely step into her life and totally neglect the child even more.
Excuse me?
I'll neglect that child even more. I'm going to be
You
running
are
and dodging.
pathetic.
You weren't
You
saying
are
that
so
that
pathetic.
night.
Well, she did say it wasn't even worth her time. And for you to sit in my courtroom and tell me you just not even attempt to try to be a father.
It's okay.
I gave her the blessing in disguise.
It's okay.
I gave her child that she wanted.
Well, you know what?
I can take the responsibility on my own. I've had our daughter for 1.5 years now. I can raise her. I don't need him.
Well, it seemed like he don't want to be no parts of it, and it seemed like you shouldn't even want no parts in your child's life.
Nope.
So with that being,
he just needs to know that he is the father.
You are the father. I will go ahead and try to take him for the little child support that he can give, because it's not seeming like he's going too far in life.
He can keep his child support because he needs to raise himself.
Well, I'm with you when you're right. Mr. Garcia,
Yes.
you stand in front of me and tell me that once you found out this child was not yours, that you want no parts of this child. It shows me the immaturity that you have. It shows me that you have a lot of growing up to do. It shows me that your life is not going to be successful because you're not doing the right thing by what you have, the seed you have planted. So with that being said, you need to go to counseling. You need to forget about hanging with the bros and drinking brewskis. You need to go ahead and find yourself something better to do. And I hope that you one day realize what you're doing to this child. We need more fathers in these kids' life. That's what's wrong with this society now. It's a lot of mothers, single mothers, raising children out here without a father. And you just throwing it right on out there. Go ahead and say, I'm not finna be the father. I don't care what these papers say. I don't care. That shows me you are not a man. I have a boy standing in front of me, in front of me. And you, I know I feel bad for your child, but you have to take some accountability too to make sure this type of stuff never happen. Absolutely. Because single mothers, it's hard out here.
Yes, absolutely.
I was a single mother. I'm still a single mother. So I know how hard it is. You need some counseling. And I'm prepared to give you that after this court is adjourned. With that being said, court is adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Campbell, what brings you here in my courtroom today?
Your Honor, I'm here for a paternity test with Mr. Bailey because he actually denies that he has a kid with me. I work at Home Depot. I met him at Home Depot. He's a truck driver, and I like older men, and I thought he was really interesting and real smooth, you know. We got to spend some time together, and he just became, a super player, just move whenever he wanted to move, talk to me whenever he wanted to talk to me. Of course, he is a truck driver, so he can do what he wants. But I have a kid with him, and he's denying that he has a kid with me. And I also heard that he has 2 wives, so I'm just not sure what he has going on.
Well, this is quite interesting, because when I saw you, I recognized you. He definitely has 2 wives, because I remember you, Mr. Bailey. You definitely stood out like a sore thumb.
Well, Your Honor, I'm happy to be back. Happy to be
back is what he says to me.
This is ridiculous. Like, his behavior is crazy. I would think as an older man, he would just act more respectfully, but he doesn't.
Okay. Well, let me talk to you, Mr. Bailey. Let me get your background on things. How did you guys meet? How did this all come about?
Well, Your Honor, I had the I had fixed my bathroom toilet one day, and so I stopped by at Home Depot and decided to go in there and do some things and check things out. And I ran across this beautiful young lady right here. And so I forgot all about my toilet needing fixing, but we chatted for a minute and we talked for a little bit, and
we also went out on a couple of dates.
We decided to go out one evening. So, you know, me being the person that I am, trying to be a gentleman and everything, yeah, I took her out to this fancy steakhouse here in town. But, you know, we got to talking and everything, and it got kind of late, so I had a couple of drinks in me, and you know, she had some drinks in her. So we just decided to go down to get a room somewhere. And so, you know, one thing led to another, but I was pretty sure that night that I had my Jimmy on. So I couldn't, this baby thing, it's kind of over my head. I don't know about all this other stuff you're talking about.
All right. So, Ms. Campbell, was this a relationship or, I mean, cause
Yes, Your Honor, it was a relationship. It maybe a month in, he started to live with me. I also have a kid with somebody else from my previous relationship. So, yeah, when he started to move quite weird and whatever, however he wants to, and it became like super serious, I feel super played right now. Like, Jimmy, we were in a relationship. What is that for?
And what do you got to say about this?
Well, you know, I'm still out there on the road, Your Honor, out there driving the trucks and everything and stuff, and so, you know, I travel all 50 states, you know. So
hey, you making babies every 50 of them, eh?
And you know, I got to keep moving. I can't just stay still in one spot. But you know, as far as this baby is concerned, I don't know about all of that. But you know, we stayed together for a little while, and she does have a son. I call him the little rascal, and you know, we have fun. We go out. I take him to the park whenever I see him and come by there. But most of my time is on the road, Your Honor. I'm driving.
We were in a relationship.
I'm rolling.
We were in a relationship.
I got to keep things moving, you know.
All right, so Mr. Bailey, last time you was in my courtroom, if I can remember correctly, you was the father of all 6 of them kids. So now you done added a 7th one. And how many kids do you got out there, Mr. Bailey? Do you even know?
Maybe 6. I don't know.
Jimmy's
maybe
not
7.
working.
I don't know.
Jimmy's not working.
I'm trying to keep things tight, you know.
I can't tell.
I don't know what I'm out there driving and stuff, and you know, I'm on the road and everything, but I got to keep my game smooth. I got to keep things going and stuff.
All right, so Mr. Bailey, why do you doubt being the father of this child?
Well, Your Honor, while I'm out on the road and stuff, I don't know what she be doing. I don't know what to think. I'm out there, I'm minding my business and everything, and I don't know what she's doing. I call her on the phone and nobody answers her. I call her 3 or 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, and you know, nobody answers the phone or nothing. So let me get this straight. When you doing your rotation, she just ain't picking up. She ain't picking up from me, no, Your Honor. She's not doing nothing for me.
Please don't start that. Yeah, you call me at all types of hours of the morning and nighttime. Who's gonna be up whenever you calling me? I just don't know your schedule. I'm not gonna do that. I have a kid. I already have a kid.
You got a kid, but you also have a daddy. You need to take care of that end on too. You need to do something about that end.
Wow. So how does your child feel about this situation, Ms. Campbell?
My child honestly doesn't like him, Your Honor. You know, he doesn't respect him too much. He doesn't see him as a man. You know, he barely sees him. You know, he's a trucker as well. So I keep him, you know, away from the situation. But just to get his opinion, he doesn't like him.
Okay. Well, how did you feel hearing her say that the child doesn't even have a bond or a connection with you?
Well, I was gonna teach him a few things on how to be a player.
Don't see how you have 6 kids.
I was gonna teach him a few things, you know, stuff they don't learn in school or nothing.
He don't need to be taught by you.
I just can't deal with it.
So let me ask you, Miss Campbell, what was his initial reaction when you told him you was pregnant? Was he happy?
No, Your Honor, he actually asked if it was his.
So
he says the same. Yes, he said the same thing. I'm on the road all the time. I don't know what you're doing when I'm not there.
So his reaction, he wasn't happy when he found out.
No, Your Honor. He actually questioned me about the kid, if it was his. So I literally just left it alone for now. But yeah, he came to be real disrespectful. He's just not who he seems to be, honestly.
Okay. And I mean, does he help provide? Does he bring anything to the table?
No, Your Honor, he does not. He may bring in a meal or two whenever he's around.
Myself to the table.
Whenever he's around. But other than that, no, Your Honor, he does not. He doesn't pay any bills. I pay all my bills. He doesn't give me anything for necessities, anything like that. He'll take me out. He'll pay for the meal for when he takes me out. But other than that, no, Your Honor. He doesn't pay for anything for my kid. He's really not the man I thought he was, honestly.
Right, because I mean, I'm sitting here looking at the age difference, and I'm sure if I was a young lady like you and I met an older man, I mean, it's a lot to come with that. I mean, usually an older man got to take care of.
Yes, Your Honor. I thought he was really one of those men, but he's not, honestly. For him to have 6 kids out here, and he doesn't seem to be taking care
and
of them.
2 wives.
And 2 wives, yes, because one wife also called me, but we're not, she came real disrespectful as well because she has a kid with him. So I honestly feel like, yeah, he just picks up really disrespectful women. He's a disrespectful man himself.
Got a lot of growing up to do, seem like.
She don't remember that car that I paid for 2 months ago.
What car? What car?
Well, it's somewhere in the streets.
That's in my name. It's in my name.
It's somewhere in the streets.
You didn't pay for nothing.
Nope.
He didn't pay for nothing, Your Honor. If it's not in his name, he didn't pay for it, Your Honor.
I drive by a house in my truck, and I don't see the car there, so I'm wondering where the car is. So, I paid for a vehicle that, Joe Smo down the street might be driving.
I see. He is a mess. I mean, okay, so have you been involved in this child's life up to this point?
No, like I say, I take the other boy, I take him out to the park and stuff and do things with him. The other one, he don't seem like he want to have no time for nothing. He always busy. He always want to go somewhere else, hang out with the boys somewhere else. His little old friends down the street and stuff. He want to go and hang out with them.
Yeah,
so
Your Honor, he's not.
I let him go and do what he want to do.
Okay, so is there anything that you worried about losing if you are the father?
Yeah, my truck. Losing my money in my truck.
Don't nobody want your truck. Okay, nobody wants your truck. Nobody wants what you're doing. Nobody wants to know what you're doing no more. Nobody wants your truck. You barely have anything to take, so no.
So is there anything you worried about losing?
No.
Not at all. He ain't paying no bills. He ain't taking care of no kids. You ain't got.
He takes. I mean, he does a little bit on the side. Like I said, takes me out to eat. Just to, the bare minimum. He gives me the bare minimum.
Okay, Mr. Bailey. Is there any specific incidents that you can recall that make you think that this child can't be yours?
Honestly, Your Honor, when I'm with her half the time now, I gotta do something to calm my nerves down a little bit. And
because last time you did not.
I think I drank too much, but I don't know. I gotta have me a drink just to figure it out. I can't keep.
So what do your friends and family members say about this situation?
Your Honor, honestly, they know I like older men, but they didn't think this older man would act like this, like a little boy. So when I told them the situation, yeah, they don't really care for him as well. He's literally just like a monster in our eyes. Like, he's not who we thought he was.
Okay, so what are your friends and family? What are your wives is going once they see this? What are they gonna think about this?
Let's hear what your wives think.
My boys tell me, they give me a little, like that stuff. Player. But
you still
those
got
other women, they I don't know, they in Florida somewhere.
But they calling my phone. Why is one calling my phone?
Yeah,
how do you think I know about you having 2 wives?
Yeah.
So, Miss
that's
Campbell.
an episode for Jerry Springer. I don't know that.
So, Miss Campbell, let me ask you, has your life been affected by this?
Emotionally, Your Honor. Emotionally. Because my father does my father of my child doesn't want to be there. He's denying his child.
And what about you? Have your life all over the place, so I'm even scared to ask the question. Is your life being affected? Probably not.
Hell no.
It ain't being affected at all. I could tell from the last time you was here. Wasn't none gonna be.
I don't know what to do, Your Honor. I'm just, like I say, I'm out there. I ain't out there trying to be no player. It's just in my blood. My old man had it, and he passed it on down to me. So.
And you trying to pass it down to all 7 of these kids?
I teach my kids how to grow up right and do some things right.
So let me ask you, Miss Campbell, is there any other potentially fathers or anybody else that can be the father of this child?
Joe.
No, Your Honor.
Joe.
No, Your Honor.
And you hollering for sure?
For sure.
Maybe.
No. Okay.
I want to help you, Your Honor. I want to help you out, find out who these.
You tried to help me last time, and all 6 of them was yours, so I don't need your help.
Mr. Jimmy wasn't covered that night.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm about to get down to these results because I do have them in front of me, and they are going to read as follows. In a case of 6-year-old Raymond, Mr. Bailey, once again, you are the father.
No, that can't be right. That can't be right. I'm lost here.
No, negative. Never lying. I'm never lying.
I'm lost here, Your Honor.
I mean,
I'm lost here.
Okay, so
7. It's 7 of them. You got 7.
It's 7 now that I know of, and I'm sure you're gonna be in here much more the route you going, cause it seems like you ain't stopping no time soon. So, Mr. Bailey, let me ask you, what do you plan to do now, knowing this that you have a 7th child?
Take care of your kid.
Take
care of your kid.
I got to go home and think about this stuff right now.
So, Mr. Bailey, I'm trying to get down to the bottom of it. Where is home? Because you talking about go home and think about some stuff. Where is home even at?
In the back of my truck.
That's where home at. So all these...
I keep it tight, and I got to keep it right. I'm in the back of the truck.
Keep it rolling. He keeping it rolling, too.
A rolling stone.
Yes, ma'am.
Wherever leave his hat is his home. So, Miss Campbell, now where are you planning... Where's your life gonna go after this? What do you plan to do moving forward?
Take care of my kids.
I question that.
Take care of my kids, Your Honor, because guess what? We got men out here that don't want to take care of their kids. It's from here up.
So with that being said, Mr. Bailey, I'm sure I will be seeing you back here again. And it seems like the results keep coming back. You are the father. So, I'm going to tell you like I told you before. It's time for you to grow up, Mr. Bailey. Grow up.
Is that my name on that paper? I think you might have the wrong paper there.
That's Mr. Bailey.
Yeah. All right. So, with that being said, court is adjourned. I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you, Your Honor.